Stuff now, showing everything he's got. In and out of range, both hands, beautiful combinations.
A professional career which started when he was just 16 years old back in 1995, and Manny Pacquiao now stands within 90 seconds of winning a world title in a 6th weight division and going up alongside the great Oscar De La Hoya, who of course he beat in that one-sided fight, one of his great performances along the road to superstardom, and he is one of the very best boxers that we've ever seen in this sport. Margarito is showing that he's one of the bravest, but for the most part here, for all the weight advantage, for all the height advantage and the reach advantage, he's been outclassed.
And everybody out there watching, enjoy this, because you are seeing one of the greats. Someone up there with the Roberto Durans, the Julio Cesar Chavez's, the Muhammad Ali's, the Sugar Ray Leonard, Sugar Ray Robinsons.
Roberto Duran's at ringside tonight, Marco Antonio Guerrera's at ringside tonight. They were greats, but when you mention the greats of boxing, never ever forget Manny Pacquiao. Here he is now in the last 30 seconds, trying to produce exhibition stuff and grandstand stuff to cross the finishing line in front of his beloved public. Margarito has shown such huge fighting hearts to stay in there, to push Pacquiao all the way, but 10 seconds to go. He's going to see it through to the final bell. Pacquiao knows that he's won this one. He knows that he's created history. The crowd stands in acclamation. 12 rounds over, and Manny Pacquiao was magnificent. Quite wonderful. That was superb. He's chaired around the ring. Manny Pacquiao, Amir, you must be proud to be associated with him. Quite wonderful.
Definitely. You know, Manny, what a great performance to put on. Margarito seemed like a punch bag in that last round. You know, Manny was so sharp and accurate. I think now we know why people call him the pound-for-pound king. He's just amazing.
It was brilliant, wasn't it? Just brilliant. And Margarito, so brave, tried to fight back, tried to match fire with fire, and he had his moments, but Pacquiao, he just showed such technical superiority. He was superb.
Yeah, Margarito had his moments. She showed true heart in there. He's a warrior, but against Manny Pacquiao and his speed, I think no one's touching him.
Mass in the Catholic churches of Manila has been postponed on this Sunday. It's lunchtime over there as they watch this. Prayers to his God from Manny Pacquiao. He is a devout Christian, and he is a very, very warm and giving human being. In the ring, he is a formidable adversary, but he has given us superb entertainment now for a long time.
Yes, he has, and he's great for boxing. I think boxing needs a Manny Pacquiao, and you know, it's just a breath of fresh air when Manny fights.
Where does he go from here? I mean, he's surely got to go back down the weight. Do you think we'll at some point see this Mayweather fight? Is that going to happen?
Well, Manny's always wanting to fight Mayweather, and that's the fight everyone wants to see. I think, you know, if that fight was ever made, it'll be made in the next 12 months.
Here's now is the result.
Go to the scorecards. Jay Lango scores the bout 120-108. Glenn Crocker 118-110. Oren Schellenberger 119-109. All three to the winner by unanimous decision. And now winner of his 8th World Championship, the fighting pride of Sarangani Province, Philippines, Manny Pac-Man Pacquiao.
Landslide points victory for the boxer turned politician. Manny Pacquiao on this night in Dallas was just wonderful.
Well, what a fight and what a performance by the Pac-Man. The thoughts of Nikki, Jamie and Colin after the break on another magnificent chapter in the Manny Pacquiao story. He's just the second man in the history of boxing to become a 6-weight world champion, and surely there can be no doubt now that he deserves his place amongst the greats of the sport. Quite simply, the fight of the year so far. Manny Pacquiao with an incredible performance to dig out victory over Antonio Margarito in the fight of his life. Yeah, Manny Pacquiao has wowed us again with his astonishing ability. What a performance, Nicky.
He is unbelievable, isn't he? I mean, absolutely everything. Speed, power, accuracy, fitness. You know, how he can keep doing that against a big man that just kept coming forward non-stop is, you know, unbelievable, really. It's just that sort of very rare ability that makes him stand out as the world's best.
Was that vintage Pacquiao, Jamie?
Yeah, without a doubt. He was outstanding, unbelievable, especially against, as we said, someone the size of Margarito. I expected Margarito to pressure him a little bit more, but I think Pacquiao didn't allow him to do that. He stopped him in his tracks, you know, and he showed him the power at light middleweight, which for me was unbelievable.
To be fair to Margarito, though, he was no pushover. He had his moments.
He certainly did. But now, Henry Armstrong, the two Sugars, Ray Leonard, Robinson, add the name of Manny Pacquiao to Muhammad Ali and all the rest of the Hall of Famers, because he is one of the greatest I've ever seen. I've been covering this sport for 40-odd years. I've never seen anyone with a work rate like his that can go on punching the way he did for 12 rounds.
And do you know what, Colin? We talk about Mayweather with the ability to be great, but I think to be a great fighter, you've got to entertain, you've got to want to fight, you've got to scrap. And that's something Manny Pacquiao does. You know, Mayweather does just enough every time, but this man wants to destroy his opponents. You know, he'll do everything he can to take them apart. And I think his work is phenomenal.
The only criticism I'd make about tonight is that they allowed Margarito 2 rounds more than he should have done. He should have stopped at the end of the 10th round. He was totally beaten, and he was just taking punishment for punishment's sake.
Well, he certainly entertained in the first 5 rounds, didn't he, Pacquiao?
Yeah, and I think, you know, the success what Margarito had was partially because Pacquiao allowed him to do it. You know, he sat on the ropes and he allowed him to work. I think he was taking a bit of a breather, but I think Freddie Roach would have given him a bit of a telling off in the corner. And after that point, he sort of never laid on the ropes again, and every time he was on there, he span off and he counter-punched him straight away.
I mean, we talk about the power of Pacquiao. At light middleweight, he's still very powerful, but of course, against a big light middleweight like Margarito, who does take a good shot, he wasn't able to get him out of there. But of course, the accuracy and the amount of punches he threw just marked, you know, Margarito. As Colin says, he could have been taken out of the couple rounds before.
Tough few in there.
Very proud, but he would say that because he said a 10th round stoppage. I said points, so I was on, you know.
But you know, Margarito, you'd have expected to have come back stronger in the second half of the fight, as he often does, but it just never really happened, did it?
He was punched to a standstill.
I was just saying, the accumulation, the shots what he'd taken up until that point didn't allow him to.
Well, we said speed would win it for Pacquiao, and of course he was twice as fast as Margarito, and which nullified the size factor. You know, watching that, I thought, what was I worried about size for?
He did have success, you know, but Pacquiao, I think, more through just loss of concentration sometimes, got caught. And, you know, a big man gets on top in the second half of the fight when the small man gets tired. This small man didn't get tired, never gets tired.
Margarito showed great art because he never got discouraged, even though he was taking shots after shots. He kept coming forward and trying.
I mean, Pacquiao's got a bit of a chin as well. I mean, he got hit with one uppercut, forget what round it was. Nearly took his head off, and he just didn't buckle.
Certainly the biggest man he's ever faced, and probably the biggest shots he's ever taken.
Yeah, and now let's face it, there's only one man in the world who's got a chance with him, and that would be Mayweather.
And it's okay saying you can see through these eyes. It's okay looking at the pair of fingers in front of you and saying I can see that, but the peripheral and around the edges where the shots are coming from all angles, that's what he couldn't see.
He'd have had a job seeing them shots coming anyway with 2 good eyes.
Glenn McCoy had a great line when the referee put his fingers up. He said, well, if he's guessing right.
So does that fully vindicate then the decision to not go up to the 150-pound limit in the end?
Well, I don't know. I think there's not a lot of talent around really at light middleweight or middleweight. I mean, we was talking during the fight. It's possible he could step up and beat one of the champions at middleweight. He's that good. But you know, like we said, the fight what needs to happen is Mayweather. For boxing, you know, it's a massive fight, massive.
I think the reason he weighed 144.5 is the fact that when you train as hard as he does, and you do the amount of energy burning you're doing in the gym, with his metabolism and his body, he can't go up to 150, and you know, he just couldn't do it. He's burning so much in the gym. But I think, as the boys say, I think he really could challenge one of the middleweight champions, and how far he can go. And I think that's the only challenge left for him now. Apart from Mayweather, the only real challenge is just to keep moving up and up and up until he gets beaten.
David Hay, watch out.
Yeah, indeed. Well, let's hear from the man himself. Here is Manny Pacquiao with Mario Lopez.
the undisputed Manny Pacquiao. Manny, so much for having a weak training camp and not coming in 100%. You look spectacular tonight. At any point were you hurt in this fight?
I hurt once in one round, and I stay in the rope, and I got hit in the stomach, but I recover right away because I know my opponent's tough, and you know I really train hard for this fight, and they think that I'm not focused in the fight, but the truth is I'm really train hard and sacrifice myself. That's why I'm weighing 144 pounds only.
Now, it seemed like in the 11th round, after Margarito was taking such a beating throughout the whole fight, that you looked at the ref and said to stop this fight. Were you, in fact, indicating that you wanted him to stop? He had enough punishment?
I mean, I told the referee, you know, take a look at the doctor and see if he can still fight him, because it's really bad, his face and the eyes, the cut in the eyes. You know, boxing is not for, for killing each other.
Total gentleman and class act till the end, Manny. So with that said, in the 12th round, did you lay off a little bit?
In the 12 rounds, I know it's, I won the whole round, and I'm not looking for a knockout. I'm just playing to finish the 3 minutes, and I'm playing it side by side and throw a lot of punches.
So Manny, it doesn't seem like the more you climb these weight classes, you're not losing any speed, you're not losing any power. I think it remains to be seen an opponent that's going to pose those sort of problems for you. But of course, I'd be remiss to not ask Floyd Mayweather. A lot of people obviously want to see you facing him. Is he as important to you for you to face him?
For me, if the fight happen, it's happened. If not, I'm okay, because I really don't need him. I am satisfied with what I did in boxing, and all the achievement that I have. I'm really satisfied and happy. I really thank God for everything that He gave it to me. And if the fight happens, that's good for for us and to all the people who love boxing.
Now, the many things that you're involved in, obviously very passionate about supporting your country and being involved as in Congress now. You go back. I know you have many other endeavors. Is there a movie coming up? Are you going to be performing? Are you performing somewhere tonight?
Only in the hotel, and I have a concert this coming 16 in Lake Tahoe. So if anybody can come to Lake Tahoe and watch the concert, that will be good.
Well, Pacquiao, congratulations, Manny, on an amazing performance tonight. Good luck with the performance. Good luck with everything, my friend.
Thank you,
A great performance, and now the fight that everyone wants to see is Floyd Mayweather versus Manny Pacquiao. Will it happen, Colin, and who will win?
Will it happen? I hope so. It's just a shame we may have to wait 6 months to see Pacquiao in action again. Mayweather is the best defensive boxer in the world and has a great chance of beating Pacquiao, the only man who has any chance at all.
Jamie?
I think it will happen. I think it's got to happen, but I think both parties really want it. I think they're playing bluff saying that they don't want it, but it will happen.
Who wins?
It will be the biggest fight. I still think Mayweather slightly. I don't know why, but I hope Pacquiao, because he's the entertainer.
Okay, it's been a momentous day for boxing. Manny Pacquiao is a 6-weight world champion.